Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, a lot of people have been asking me to make the comments on Carnival Corporation reaching a deal with federal prosecutors on the probation period. And I thought, what better place to make the comment than where it all started, on the entrance into Glacier Bay. So for those of you who weren't familiar, back in 2016, some of Princess Cruise Lines, part of Carnival Corp, they're owned by Carnival Corporation, they were fined for dumping gray water in Glacier Bay, along with many other fines environmentally. They reached a deal, they were under a 5-year probation, and they were monitored by the FTC and the Environmental Protection Agency. Back in March, the investigators turned in 6 different cases of where Carnival Corporation broke their agreement on their probation. One of the judges was trying to get all the management of Carnival into the courtroom. They failed to show up the first time, so now she is threatened a month ago to stop all of Carnival's ships. I mean, Holland America, Ada, Princess, Carnival, they're all going to be stopped from being able to enter U.S. ports. She's put a hold on that for temporarily until the CEO and the president of Carnival Corporation show up in court this June 3rd. In the meantime, 2 days ago, the Carnival Corporation lawyers and the federal prosecutors reached an agreement on the probation. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be accepted. That just means this is what they've come across. And of course, it's going to be up to the judge's decision. The judge was very upset with Carnival for not sending their representatives and their executives to the last court hearing, and she demanded them in court. Some people are saying, well, they may not show up now that there's an agreement. They're still ordered to show up in the court. If they don't show up in court, a bench warrant can be issued for their arrest. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be showing up on June 3rd. Now the judge can say, yes, I agree to this, or no, I disagree to this, and she can at that point say, Carnival, you're no longer allowed to come back into United States ports for a certain amount of time. And of course, that would be absolutely devastating to Carnival Corporation. Hundreds of jobs would be lost, millions and millions of dollars would be lost. It would just send the cruising industry into a huge panic, as you would say, unless of course you're Royal Caribbean or one of the competitors. Then you kind of hope this happens, but in all honesty, I don't think it will happen. There's just too many jobs on the line, too many upset Americans and Canadians. The sailing out of North America would be upset. So, but I do think this time, once the judge has the chairman of the board and the president in court, he's going to make them accountable to hold Carnival Corporation to hold on to this agreement. And if they break the agreement, now that they've been in court and swore to uphold it, they can take some of the liability and maybe actually charge personally for some of those incidences. So it should be very curious to see what happens. And personally, here's my thoughts. Some of the issues were, getting things ready for when the inspectors come on board. Well, that's kind of like a lot of corporations are. They're given a warning 24 hours ahead of time saying, we're coming in to inspect this plant. And so they run around and make things as pretty as possible. That's common practice right across all industry, really. But when it comes to dumping gray water in a place like Glacier Bay, where you're only allowed to bring in 2 ships at a time, you'll never see 6 and 7 cruise ships in Glacier Bay. It's not allowed. So as far as I'm concerned, one of the other things was falsifying records. So here's the thing. If you're caught falsifying records to the government, you should automatically be fined, charged, and thrown in jail for a certain period of time. If a captain authorizes the dumping of gray water in any of these protected areas, he immediately should be thrown in jail as well. That's my thoughts on the case. And I know a lot of captains, and I am friends with a few of them. But I would have no problem saying, hey, if you dumped dirty water or plastics and everything in Glacier Bay, you deserve what you get. So there's no way, nothing like that should ever be acceptable. If it's an accident, it's a leak, it's something like that, that's a different story. But if it's purposely done, throw them in jail, fine the corporation, and yes, hold the CEO and hold the president of Carnival personally responsible to make sure this stuff doesn't happen again. Well, I hope you liked this news update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.